Hello and welcome to another episode of Food as Fuck. My name is Zeke and Simone is behind the camera as usual. And this week we are cooking a protein bean salad. So a protein bean salad. This dish is something that I used to eat quite a lot back when I actually had some time to go to the gym and exercise a little bit. Simply because it was delicious. It gave me all the things that I needed. And at the same time, there was no cooking involved. So aside from just a couple of soft-boiled eggs, we're not really gonna be cooking anything. And you're not gonna believe how beautiful and delicious and easy this dish is to make. So stick around and I will show you how to do this thing. So ingredients for this dish are pretty straightforward. Basically just get any canned beans that you guys can find. I found a can of 4 different kinds of beans. So I think there's some red kidney beans in here, white kidney beans, pinto beans, and I think some chickpeas. And then I actually have a whole can of chickpeas and a can of black beans. And then I have a bowl or a can of olives that I super chopped. So it's almost like a tapenade. It's just not a paste, right? So it's very finely chopped olives and they're great. Like I said before, some soft-boiled eggs. So you guys have seen me do this a million times. Just check any of my ramen videos or the stuffed potato videos and you'll see. For our vinaigrette, and vinaigrette is a fancy word that just means a dressing that has some sort of vinegar or lemon juice in it. So for the vinaigrette, we're gonna be using olive oil, a little, I dropped the top off the olive oil there. But we're gonna be using some olive oil, a little bit of Dijon mustard. You can use regular mustard if you don't have Dijon, that's absolutely fine. And me, just to be fancy today, I am trying a little bit of fig balsamic vinegar. You can use just regular balsamic. And then I'm gonna be using a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little lemon, some mayonnaise, and salt and pepper. And that's pretty much it, that's my vinaigrette. Now to spice the salad and everything, I'm gonna be using a little bit of nutmeg, some cumin, salt, pepper, and a dash of paprika. For extra veggies, we have some red onions. I'm gonna be using a green pepper and about 3 nice big cloves of garlic. And that is pretty much it. Beans are pretty straightforward, so you don't have to worry about them too much. You're just gonna open a can and rinse them under cold water. And I do recommend that you rinse them, right? I never really use beans with the water that they're in. So make sure that you rinse them nice and proper under some cold running water. What we are gonna start with first is cutting my onions and my garlic because I am gonna soak these because I'm gonna leave them a bit in some water with some vinegar because I don't want the extreme intense flavor from the garlic or the onion, right? So we're gonna do that first, and we're gonna do that now. I don't want this onion to be a main part of, like I don't want you to bite into an onion. I just want the flavor out of this. I am gonna chop this extremely fine. You can use a food processor or a grater to make your life easier. Now all I'm gonna do is grate some of this garlic into this bowl. Now I'm just gonna add the onions to this bowl of garlic. Now the next step is very simple. All we're going to do is we're gonna add a little bit of water to this, some vinegar, and a little bit of honey. I'm just gonna add some water, just enough to cover it. I don't know, about a tablespoon maybe of apple cider vinegar and a dash of honey. And that's it, just mix everything up. That's it, I'm just gonna leave this for about 15 minutes. Then we're gonna drain this. All right, next up is our green peppers. And that's pretty much it. So once your onions are chopped, your green peppers are chopped, and your garlic is grated and the onions are soaking, you are pretty much ready to start assembling your dish. It's that simple. But first, we make the vinaigrette. I am going to be using a jar to sort of make it easier to sort of shake everything together in the end. I like to go with a little bit of olive oil first. So about, I don't know, this much olive oil. And I have absolutely no idea how much this much is, but it's this much. About a cap's worth of apple cider vinegar and maybe a half, right? So a cap's worth and a half. Lemon juice. Balsamic vinegar. And I'm gonna go final steps, we are almost there. A little bit of Dijon mustard. I don't know, I would say that's about a tablespoon maybe. Just like a very tiny bit of mayonnaise, right? This is what's gonna give us a little bit of a cleanliness. Dash salt. Pepper. I didn't forget anything, did I, Simone? I think that's all the ingredients, right? Yeah. Well, let's see. So that's your vinaigrette. Once your vinaigrette is done, just pop this in the fridge to keep it cool. All right, so we are pretty much done with this. We are just gonna put everything together, and I just got a huge plastic bowl for this. So very simple, black beans goes in, chickpeas, mixed beans, green onions. Your olives go in as well. Now I'm just gonna drain our onions and garlic, so I'm just gonna be using a sieve and draining that. Onions go in. Looks pretty to me. All right, and last step is seasoning. So we are gonna be putting a little bit of cumin. And remember that seasoning is really to taste, right? So I'm putting this much cumin in. I don't know how much that was. It's, I think, about a tablespoon or maybe half a tablespoon. A dash of nutmeg, not too much nutmeg. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of salt. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of paprika. Pepper. Splash of lemon. Oh man, look at those colors. Last thing I'm gonna add to this, just to add a little bit of freshness, is I have some fresh cilantro here. So when you're putting your vinaigrette in, I personally like to put a very light amount just to sort of just lightly coat your salad. And then if anybody wants any more, they can add more. Right, and I have almost about more than half of what I made left. Now give this a good stir. Usually when I'm mixing bean salads, I like to go all the way from the sides to the bottom and then just scoop up. Your salad is done. Plating time. Imperial plating time. All right, it is taste time, and so as you can see, I added the extra boiled egg over here, and anyway, let's see what we have.
I can taste beans in the cilantro salad.
So Simone is making fun of me, saying that he just tastes cilantro and beans, which I don't get because it's basically beans and cilantro. So I don't know what he's complaining about. I think what Simone is complaining about is the dressing, right? So he wanted the dressing to be a bit more vinegary, and I personally am not a big fan of vinegar that much, which is why it's not so vinegary. So yeah, very healthy salad, full of protein. If you are a beefcake and you need that protein, this is good for you. Beefcakes are people that work out too much and they have a lot of muscles. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was at his peak, he was a beefcake.
Oh, really? What was
a beefcake?
R-rated.
All right, so guys, please, thank you for watching our videos. If you like what we do, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to our channel, comment down below, share our videos. Simone and I love it when you guys do that sort of stuff. And until next time, I've been Z for Food as Fuck, and this has been Simone, and we will see you in the next video. Sha POW!